Hey y'all, Joe here with J-Tech again. All right, tonight we're talking about HVAC, the air conditioning system on your car, and specifically we're going to be talking about your high and low pressure switches and kind of how they work. So we'll get right into it. Okay, so this is a dryer, and right here is your switch. This is a accumulator dryer, so this is going to be your high pressure switch. And basically how this thing works is off of pressure. It's just a pressure switch. So on your high pressure switch, it's normally closed, so it would allow current to run through to complete the loop or the circuit. So that would allow your AC to work properly, to let your refrigerant flow where it needs to go. So what would happen is, say you got a clog or something happen and your pressures go above 400, 450 degrees, depending, or not degrees, PSI. It depends on what the switch is rated for in your system. Then the switch would open and it would shut the electricity off to your compressor and shut your compressor down to keep your system from blowing apart. Okay, so I couldn't find a low pressure switch, but basically it looks identical to this. It would be in the low pressure side of your AC system. Now your low pressure switch is normally open, and you have to have 25 PSI or greater to close the switch. And then so when the switch closes, it says, okay, your system has enough pressure or the right amount of pressure to operate safely, and it will allow the compressor clutch to engage and the compressor to start working and start pumping and flowing refrigerant. So on the high pressure side, you can test it with a multimeter, and it should give you a reading, of whatever, however many ohms. It should give you some kind of an ohms reading, and it would vary depending on the pressure on the switch. If it's giving you out of limits, then the switch is bad, because out of limits means the switch is open. So now on your low pressure side, when you test the switch, it should give you out of limits because it's open. And then when you engage your system, then you should get a reading because the switch should close. So if the switch doesn't close, then you have probably a bad switch, or you don't have enough pressure in your system, and you would have to kind of investigate that more. But that's how your high and low pressure switches work. All right, see you guys next time.